We know NoCo. From Town Square Media, this is Tuned Into NoCo. I'm Ashlee Meehleis. Welcome back into Tuned Into NoCo. Next up, guys, we got the Luvin Arms Animal Sanctuary's tour guide, Kate Erstad, with us. Kate, last time you were on, we were talking about the Cocoa and Cuddles event you had, which sounded super fun. How did that go?
Oh my gosh, I have to say thank you, because I'm not sure if it was all you and your show, but we were full every single tour for the entire winter. And some of my favorite people that I met, I mean, they're all amazing. You know, they're coming to spend time with animals. So we always have a good time. But there were some students from CSU and, you know, really pulling from that northern Colorado territory. So I feel like they must have listened to your show. And we had some good times with the animals. And yeah, it was just really delightful to have them all be full, because it's cold out and you just don't know if people are going to get out of their comfy homes. Right. And they did, and they came to visit us, and we had an awesome time.
That's so good. I'm so happy. That's awesome. Now, before we jump into what you guys are doing this month, why don't you tell our listeners who may not know, what is the Luvin Arms Animal Sanctuary? What do you guys do?
Yes. So if you haven't been, Luvin Arms Animal Sanctuary is a nonprofit animal sanctuary for abused or neglected farmed animals. We're located in Erie, Colorado. As far as what we do, we help the residents live their best lives while we're spreading our message of ahimsa. We do this through tours, volunteer opportunities, and lots of other events.
That's so great. And I know you talked about it last time, but what is ahimsa? Can you explain that one more time?
Yeah, ahimsa is one of my favorite words, and I love explaining it. So what that word is, it's a Sanskrit word, and it just means nonviolence towards all living beings.
I love it. Now, I was looking at your website, and you guys, since you opened, have saved over 800 animals' lives. That's pretty incredible. Can you tell our listeners what type of animals you guys house and help?
Yeah, so we have had a variety of animals through the years, but currently we have donkeys, horses, ducks, chickens, turkeys, sheep, cows, pigs, and goats. And our newest resident is a peahen, which is the female of a peacock. And she's a lovely little lady named Peaches. And she's just getting her surroundings, familiar with her surroundings, because she was coming from a neglect situation, and she had some really bad frostbite. So we're hoping she pulls through, and she's a beauty. So I'm excited for her to be part of the sanctuary.
That's so awesome. Now, you guys will be starting your regular tour season this month. What do you guys have planned?
Yeah, we started yesterday. I had 27 people for the tours yesterday. And what this involves, kind of a little bit different than the Cocoa and Cuddles. I really liked Cocoa and Cuddles because I think people heard the word cuddles and they were like, I want to cuddle, because we all need more of that.
For sure.
But this is just kind of an expansion on that, because the temperatures are a little nicer. And so we're able to get out into the pasture and see the horses and the donkeys. Then we go and visit the ducks, the turkeys, the chickens. And then we make our way to the big barn, which is where we see all the rest of the animals. So it's a little bit longer tour. And we focus, the name of the tour is Connecting Community with Compassion. So we really talk about the animals' situations and just kind of where they've come from. And so it's a little bit longer for those with like a shorter attention span. The winter short tours were great. Some of our events are great. So this one, we do recommend that the children, if you're going to bring children, they're 7 or older, because we take a couple hours. If you're with me, like yesterday, I was like, oh, it's been 2 hours already, and time just flies because you're having fun.
Yeah, and it looks like you can see, 9 different species that you guys have, and you get to listen to some inspiring stories about the animals. It sounds like a blast. How can people register?
So lovinarms.org really has all of the stories of every resident that lives at Luvin Arms, as well as when you go learn a little bit more, you can register for a tour. So there's an events section, and then it says enroll for a tour. and you click on that, and that's all. You sign up. There's each weekend we have 4 different tours. So morning they start at 11, and in the afternoon at 1:30. And that's Saturday and Sunday. And we're actually looking to expand them because all the tours this winter were full. All the tours awesome. This first weekend were full. So we're hoping to add maybe Fridays and Mondays as things keep filling up.
That is so great. And this will be happening every Saturday and Sunday, or possibly Friday through March.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So we will be doing these tours most likely from now until it gets cold again.
Yeah.
So you've got a lot of opportunities. It always amazes me. You know, we had a family from Bailey yesterday, so they drove an hour and a half, and at the end they were like, it was so worth it. You know, I think on a weekend for people to take the time to drive an hour and a half and come and see us and have a meaningful time is just really rewarding as a tour guide, but exciting because I know that they had a great time. So
yeah, absolutely. Along with this, if somebody wants to volunteer or donate to Luvin Arms, what should they know?
Well, we have lots of ways to get involved. So having a sanctuary takes lots of arms, lots of people that like to do different levels of care with the animals. Our website is really attended to every single day. So it's always up to date. And that's the best source for information. I would say, you know, there are people that love to be like really connected with the animals, and we have clicker play partners. So these are people that are like not assigned but are chosen and matched up with an animal. And so they visit that animal at least weekly. So for example, yesterday we met with Jenny and her little bean brother. His name is Garbanzo. He's a goat. And so what Jenny does with him is they learn to dribble a soccer ball. They jump up on, he has a little igloo. He walks the plank. He does all sorts of things that helps us get him to be able to participate in his care. So we need everything from clicker play partners to people that like to clean enclosures for animals. So where their homes are, we really keep those nice and clean. So some people enjoy doing that, just being near the animals and cleaning those. We prepare lots of fresh food for the animals. So we need people that will cut and clean veggies and get all these bowls of food ready. At 3:30, it's time for the pigs to eat. And so we have to have that done every day. And then there's other ways, you know, if you want to just like support the mission with money, of course, that is always needed as well. And so there's sponsorship of specific animals, or any way that you spend money with Luvin Arms, whether it's purchasing merchandise, coming on a tour, it all goes to support the mission of Ahimsa and compassion through connecting the community with the animals.
Well, it sounds super fun. For those listening, you can volunteer in a myriad of ways. They got something for everyone, it sounds like. You also can donate to them if you're interested at lovinarms.org, and they hold tours every Saturday and Sunday this month. It's up to 2 hours. You get to listen to some inspiring stories about the animals. If you want more information regarding that, you can head to lovinarms.org. Now, you guys also have something coming up in April. You guys have a Spring Fest. What is this?
Yes, I'm excited. It'll be my first Spring Fest, but I know we have hundreds of parking spaces and we hope they're all filled. But we've got live music, tours, tons of vendors that are all compassionate people selling amazing things. There will be a plant sale and a raffle. So a nice way, if you just want to check it out and you haven't ever been, you can come. There's no admission fee, and just spend the day kind of finding things to do around there, because there will be plenty to see and do, and plenty to eat, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. And guys, that's happening on April 15th from 11 to 3 p.m. Admission is free. If you want more information, you can also head to their website, lovinarms.org. So I know, obviously, you've been on the show before, but why don't you tell our listeners a little bit about how you got involved with Luvin Arms, your story?
Yeah, I would love to share that. I think when I was on the show last, it was my first day at University of Denver. I'm going back to school for master's of social work. And so like so many things have come together, but I kind of almost feel like it all started with Love and Arms, because I took a tour out there. I work with seniors that live in the city of Lafayette. And we took a tour, and they told us their message of ahimsa, nonviolence towards all beings. And I was just so struck by how much we need that in the world. Just the compassion and the love that I felt and that I saw that their staff and their volunteers were giving the animals, as well as the seniors that I had come with. They just had such a connection, and we all like got back on the bus, and we were just so like, that was the best day ever. Like, could we just live there, you know? Because that really is kind of how you feel when you leave. It's just so uplifting. So that's when I started, and I really did call them right back. And I said, you know, I'd like to live here, but probably can't do that. Do you have another way that I can get involved? And it just so happened that they were looking for a tour guide. And so it was just within a couple weeks I started giving tours. And full circle. Now it's been about a year, and I've been giving tours regularly, nearly every week. And so it's been awesome. And then to tie that in with my University of Denver, this week they're having a celebration for the Institute for Animal Sentience and Protection. Really? It's a whole new kind of like branch of the university that's really looking towards making the compassionate choices around animals and giving them some protection that they deserve. And so it's just like all coming together, and it's so exciting. So that's awesome. I feel if anyone's interested in looking that up at the University of Denver, it's just like people are doing things to make the world a better place. And I feel so lucky to be at Love and Arms and being able to be a part of it.
Absolutely. Now, Love and Arms, you're also able to sponsor animals, right?
Yes.
How do people do that?
So, every month we like feature Resident of the Month, and this month is Cricket. So I got to spend some time with Cricket yesterday. Do you want to guess what kind of animal she is?
A goat?
No, that would be a good guess. So every animal, all 120 plus animals that we have names and their own story, but Cricket is actually a chicken, and she was a backyard chicken living in Boulder. And so a lot of people like to get backyard chickens, but what we don't always have for them is like the protection that they need. She was attacked either by a fox or a coyote. So she and her flock came to us from that situation, and she was just, she's missing a wing. And when you see her, when she got there, she was really in bad shape, and now she is so beautiful. So her little flock is Cricket, Poe, and Mushu, and they're so cute.
Somebody
and
likes Mulan.
Yeah, exactly. Good connection there. So they're so cute. But anyway, obviously I fall in love with lots of the animals, but they were so fun yesterday. But when you fall in love with an animal, you might want to become their sponsor. So then it's kind of like you make a commitment to them, whether it's like a monthly donation or maybe a one-time a year donation. And then you're their special, you could come in and be like, Cricket, I'm your sponsor. And, I'm just, you get updates on them and just kind of see how they're doing. And for some like recently rescued animals, the changes that they go through, like from being afraid of humans or not being healthy looking, the changes that happen at Love and Arms are just incredible. And so it's really, we're not all able to have backyard chickens or have a farm, even though a lot of us have the desire to have one. But this way, it's kind of a way to live vicariously through them and their stories, as well as you're spreading compassion to so many others that are coming through and learning about them and taking a tour.
Well, for those listening, if you would like to get more involved with Love and Arms, all you got to do is head to their website. They have information on there on how to volunteer, donate, or become a sponsor. They also have information on their tours that are happening every Saturday and Sunday. They possibly might be opening Friday. I guess we'll see. But it sounds like a great time, you guys. You can register at loveandarms.org. Well, Kate, as always, it's great having you. Is there anything else you'd like our listeners to know?
No, I think, stay tuned for the additional tour dates that might be opening, because I have to say, this is just a plug for if you're looking for like a great date. If you want to see how a person really is, bring them to be around animals. So I'm hoping we can get like a Friday night or a Monday night, some kind of evening. So it could be a date thing. But that aside, the other thing to look for this summer would be like some of our summer camps. So like we talked about, having a farm isn't always possible, but being a part of, we have a camp in the summer that's called 4C Camp, Connection, Compassion, Care, and Community. So that is something where kids can really form a bond like that will last, and just a relationship that they might not have an opportunity to. I don't know dates or anything for that, but just if you're a parent that's thinking like, what are my kids going to do this summer? It's great to have some of those unique things where they can really stick with a child for the rest of their life. I think that's it. I hope everybody will come to Springfest on April 15th. And thanks for having me. It's great to spread Love and Arms message.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks for listening to What Matters in NoCo. I'm Ashlee Meehleis with Townsquare Media's Tuned Into NoCo. If you missed part of the show, you can find it on your Townsquare Media station app or website. If you or your organization would like to be considered for Tuned Into NoCo, send me an email at ashlee.meehleis@townsquaremedia.com. That's ASHLEE.MEEHLEIS@townsquaremedia.com.